Hey,
Hey, everybody!
welcome to the Beantown Beatdown.
Matthew Burris.
Gabe Thomas,
Yep, and as you can see, we got ourselves some, I can't say it,
kombucha.
kombucha.
Yes.
Yep, actually, ooh,
Whoa, see, yeah, it's just as explosive as a beer.
yeah, this is tea, actually, probiotic tea. This is actually, I actually tried a little bit of this last night. It's pretty good. We're drinking pink apple, pink lady rose apple, or yeah, pink lady apple.
Exactly. So it's a lot like your ciders that you love.
Yeah, except this is non-alcoholic. Doesn't pour alcohol.
Yeah. Oh well.
Plus, it's healthy.
Yep.
And just like I promised, today's episode we are going to be doing a special edition episode.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. We're going to be
super special, in fact.
Yep, super special because this is the summer of Batman, and this is actually a good way to end the summer because summer ends September 22nd, and also September 21st is actually considered Batman Day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're going to be putting the Batman signal in certain towns.
Oh, no way. That's awesome.
Yeah, I hope they do it here in Boston.
I know.
Yep. And, well, they might do it in San Francisco. You might want to call some friends.
Yeah, exactly. They probably will. All right. I'll tell them to send me pics.
All right. So now we're going to get into our first subject. Actually, this is one that I wrote in one of my earlier questions for the show.
All right.
Where will superhero movies be in 10 years?
That is a good question because that's actually something that I've thought of a lot too. I've been, we've talked about on the show how I'm a casual fan of fighting. I'm also I'm a less casual fan. I'm a moderate fan of superhero movies and stuff. So, it's tough to be like, where are they going after this? Especially, after Endgame, and it's like, the Avengers and stuff. It's like a lot of people are like, can they really keep going after this?
Well, yeah, by them you mean Marvel.
Marvel, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I can see it. Yeah, I can still see it being around. It's like, well, I think like with any genre, any movie genre, it always has its peaks and valleys. It's like like the romantic comedy films. Like they're big in the 80s, and then in the 90s kind of went up and down, and then like the mid 2000s it was like almost everything was a romantic comedy.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. There is times for those things. Yeah, exactly. And times for certain actors or actresses as well. There's especially like early 2000s and late 90s. It seemed like a lot of different actresses, especially had their like waves. For some reason, I used to call it quaves, but anyway, they'd have their waves of like a few different films. You know what I mean? But then it would like kind of fade off.
Yeah, especially with martial arts films, like big in the 70s, and then Bruce Lee died, and then then of course in the 80s, there's like Jackie Chan films, but we weren't really seeing them being brought over to the US. They didn't get like a worldwide release until Jackie had burst on the scene with Rumble in the Bronx, and and of course, now, we still had martial arts films, but they weren't like the Bruce Lee types. Most of them were B movies, there was like Chuck Norris and stuff.
Right.
And right now, martial arts films, like they're not seen in the theaters like they used to be. They have a good life on Netflix and stuff like that. And that's awesome. But it's like at the same time, it's like, you still want to see, a good martial arts film in theaters, especially when you got people like Tony Jaa and, that girl from the Vikings, Catherine Winnick.
Right.
So it's like, so it's like every genre has its up and downs, like I said, and I think 10 years, I think superhero movies will still be around. We'll still see some new heroes, and we'll see some live action movies based off like the graphic novel series and stuff like that. There's always there's always a new story to be told with superheroes.
There is, but yeah, I do think that that it definitely has its, like you said, its ups and downs, and it definitely have its slow times, and like, yeah, I mean, this um, might be controversial for this audience or whatever, but I think actually we're about to go into a slow time with superhero movies. So I think after 10 years, then yes, they'll be coming back. But yeah, I think maybe it'll go into a valley for a while, and then it'll come back strong. So I think they'll be starting to come back strong.
People thought that they were dead. They were dead in the late '90s. When the Batman movies were being bad, and then and stuff like that. And I mean, of course, the last great superhero movie of that era was like the first Blade movie, and then of course Blade 2 and Blade 3 led to like Marvel being, rejuvenated and making the X-Men films and the Spider-Man films, and then eventually Warner Brothers came back with Batman and
exactly. And like I said, I'm a moderate fan of these, and so like honestly, I did not tune back in until like the X-Men. You know what I mean? So it did have to have that resurgence. And yeah, so I think we're about to see that again, especially with Marvel having the Avengers, unless they do another Black Panther. But short of that, I honestly don't see it. I know they're trying to do Dark Phoenix right now.
Yeah, they did Dark Phoenix.
Right.
Yeah,
so I mean, that's the thing, but I don't honestly think that's going to make an impression. I think it's going to have to be something else that will come up, in another few years.
Oh yeah, I mean, because it's also the box office kind of dictates it. It's like how much money are they pulling in at the box office, and that sort of thing.
Exactly, and clearly the Phoenix didn't, do that well because we haven't really heard about it.
No, it was heard about. I was seeing commercials for it and stuff like that.
No, I saw the commercials too. I'm just saying, like you said, box office dictates, and sales after the box office also dictates. So I feel like we would have heard more about it. But anyway, so yeah, I think we'll go through a valley, and perhaps this will be a long one. I like honestly, I think after Endgame, especially Marvel, it's gonna be a long valley. And
we'll see how Joker and the new Batman movie comes out, and also Suicide Squad Part 2 and Birds of Prey. We'll see how.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, hopefully, Batman is always good for a comeback. Really, we talked about before, in the first summer of Batman, how Batman is like a symbol, a really important symbol that people have latched onto for good reason nowadays. So I think Batman will always come back strong.
Yeah, of course. And now we're going to get into Fuck, Marry, Kill. This is one of the first Fuck, Marry, Kills we're doing for the show. And these are all Batman related. First one, Margot Robbie, Maggie Gyllenhaal, and Kim Basinger. Me, let's see, definitely would, I definitely would fuck Margot Robbie. Yeah, definitely would fuck her. Maggie Gyllenhaal definitely would marry. Absolutely. I mean, I always found her hot, and unfortunately, as much as
we know what's left.
Yeah, as much as I loved her in the 1999 Batman movie, and I actually had a crush on her, and I actually remember as a kid jacking off to the parts when she was with the Joker doing the "I love purple." I'm gonna have to off Kim Basinger.
Oh,
yeah,
that's a tough one, isn't it? Though.
Yeah. Also, well, I'm sure Alec Baldwin will be dancing on the ceiling.
Right. Exactly. So yeah, I think those are good choices. I mean, it's always tough with something like this, but I think actually we're the same on. What did you say? You said marry
Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, I think we're actually the same on that.
You would marry her just so you can fuck her brother.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. But I also do. I also do really like her. And if I did have that connection with the woman, I would, try and have it with her. But then it's the other way around. I used to also actually have a crush on Kim Basinger. When I thought I was straight, and back in the day, as a kid, there were a few women. I think I said this before that I had the crushes on. So Basinger was one of them. So yeah, I would actually fuck her. And then yeah, unfortunately, and also unfortunately, that I don't really have much of a connection to her. Unfortunately, I would have to then kill Margot Robbie.
Oh yeah, you better not show your face in Australia.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So wait, are you gonna do one more of this, or because then there's also my surprise fuck, marry, kill.
Yeah. There's more to come. I wanted to do one non fuck, marry, kill, and then a fuck, marry, kill. That's kind of how it's going. All right. Next. All right. Next question. This is actually a pretty good one right here. Which actor from the 90s could have replaced Michael Keaton as Batman? As we all know, Batman Forever had Val Kilmer, and then Batman and Robin had George Clooney, unfortunately. So, which actor from the 90s could have replaced Michael Keaton as Batman?
That's a good question. I mean, obviously the 90s were a good time for a lot of actors, so I'm sure kind of made thought. I kind of want to hear what you think first.
For me, it would have to be Tom Cruise. I mean, because I think Tom Cruise. I even thought, even after they stopped making the Batman films after Batman and Robin, I thought, Tom Cruise would make a pretty good Batman. But of course, the other thing is that it's his celebrity would overshadow the movie.
Exactly.
It'd be like people would look at it and be like, "Oh, this is just another Tom Cruise movie. It's not a Batman movie. It's a Tom Cruise movie."
Or that's true. Or I was actually going to say the other way around. That after that, with his other, it might have actually kind of spoiled his other movies. Like after that, people would be like, "Oh, he just wants to be in everything now. Like he was Batman, and now he's now it's Mission Impossible, and now it's whatever." Like I think there would be kind of more of an attitude about his all the movies that were going to come after. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And be like, "Oh, that's just you know what I mean?" So I think that's I think that definitely would have happened. Though it would have been very interesting to see, and I kind of agree that it would have been very interesting to see, and he probably would have made it really good. But yeah, like I really don't know. I think well, equally cheesy in a way as would be fuck, why am I forgetting his name? Who is Ferris Bueller? Broderick, yeah. I mean, Broderick, I think he could have done it, but it would have been completely cheesy.
Well, yeah, because he's always it's also because he's also in comedy films, and plus,
exactly.
And he doesn't look all that athletic and stuff, so it's like I can't see him as Batman. Whereas Tom Cruise is athletic. He's he looks like even now with with the Mission Impossible films and the Jack Ryan movies, Tom Cruise looks like somebody who could kick my ass.
Mm-hmm. That's true. True. Yeah, exactly. I guess that is a good point. I was thinking more of like the dramatic pivot. How comedy actors sometimes try and do something really serious so they can change their whatever. Anyway, I think that would have been an opportunity for him to try and do that, but whether or not it would have worked, but yeah, I can see what you mean. He's not the athletic type. Whereas
maybe if he was back on Broadway, maybe doing like Batman the musical, I could probably see him doing that.
Yeah.
I'm Batman. I'm going to save the day.
Exactly. He should do that. No. But yeah, or the other thing I was thinking is this would have the same celebrity factor problem, but it could it could have been Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt. Well, yeah, Brad Pitt. I could probably see him. Well, Brad Pitt was like, what was he, like 25, 20?
Yeah, something like that. But he had definitely had some good starring roles by then. I remember, it was definitely somewhere in 96, 98 that it was like really coming up. So.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So maybe Brad Pitt. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. All right, we're gonna get into our second fuck, marry, kill,
all right.
And let's see. Here it is. This one involves two women who played Catwoman. Okay. Fuck, marry, kill: Michelle Pfeiffer, Nicole Kidman, and Anne Hathaway.
Oh yeah, this is a tough one.
Yeah, this is definitely a tough one. Nicole Kidman, I would definitely want to fuck. Anne Hathaway definitely would marry. I mean, she's definitely the marrying type.
Yeah.
So, and also I used to jack off to Michelle Pfeiffer when she was in Batman Returns. Mm-hmm. The scene where they're on the couch making out, and the scene where she licks Batman's face. But sorry, I'm gonna have to kill Michelle Pfeiffer.
That's not good. Yeah. So I would tough one. I've actually always had kind of like a soft spot for Nicole Kidman, and I was attracted to her, back in the day as well. So I actually think I would marry her, and then Michelle Pfeiffer is just completely sexy. I'd probably have to fuck her. So yeah. I also very sorry. I love you, Anne, but I would have to kill her.
Oh yeah. Also, her brothers. She has a gay brother.
Oh really?
Yeah. In fact, she said that she wanted to be a nun growing up, but then the Catholic Church rejected her brother because her brother was gay. So
okay, interesting. So, yeah, that's a whole changing the course of history. Thank you. What the one time we can say thank you to this religious bigotry.
Yeah, so you kill Anne Hathaway. Wow.
But yeah, I know. This is really bad. But when you said that, when you just said that, I was like, well, maybe. This is so bad, but maybe if he didn't know that I did it, then I can go and comfort him.
Oh yeah, because I think if you, because I think in California they have the death penalty. So does she live in New York or California?
She lives in New York. Though.
Oh yeah,
in California they don't.
Yeah, because in New York they don't have the death penalty, but right. Even still, they would in New York they would throw you under the jail.
Yeah, exactly. Indeed.
They don't ever want you to resurface.
Yeah, exactly. Maximum security, and solitary confinement. Yeah. So there's that. And now speaking of her gay brother, actually, it's a perfect segue into mine. Now I'm going to. This is my surprise fuck, marry, kill. I get to turn the tables on you, Matt.
Oh,
yeah. So now for the first, perhaps only time, we're gonna do it with guys.
Yeah.
Yep. So and since this is Batman related, we're gonna do what was it? Okay. We're gonna do Christian Slater, Ben Affleck, and who was the one who died?
Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger. Assuming he's still alive.
Okay.
See how difficult it can be for me.
Let's see. You said Christian Bale.
Yeah,
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale.
Ben Affleck.
And Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger. Well, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Fine. I'll do Heath Ledger for fuck.
Oh,
Of
okay.
course, I'd have to. Of course, I would have to be the one. I can't be the bitch. I just can't be the bitch.
Yeah, I know. You don't
No.
fucking know. So
Yeah.
it'd be reverse of this scene with Jake Gyllenhaal and Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah.
Got it.
Uh. Now to marry. Mary, I would have to be. It would have to be Ben. Um. Of course it.
Yeah.
Of course it'd be like we'd kind of be like that couple in American Horror Story, Cold, Leslie Grossman and her husband, like she married her gay friend, and but she let him do whatever he wants
Oh,
and
right,
stuff.
right, exactly.
Yeah, so it'd be like, okay, Ben, I'll marry you, but just as long as you, make give me some money and let me do whatever I want.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
Yeah, sexless marriage, and he can go back to fucking Matt Damon.
But it's funny. I've actually, my friends and I have actually joked around about that too.
Yeah. As to kill, sorry, even though he's responsible for making the Batman movies great again. Sorry, but Christian Bale has to die.
Okay.
Not to mention he was also in two movies with Mark Wahlberg, the fighter and the other one I forget, the one where he plays the Navy SEALs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so I would do. So yeah, I actually agree with you on Ben. I would definitely marry Ben Affleck. He's definitely the marrying type, perfect. And like yeah, then it's a tough one between the other two. I think I would fight Christian Bale though, and yeah, pretty hot. But again, the whole Brokeback Mountain thing. But no, I would fuck Christian Bale, and Heath Ledger is already dead, so sorry, you're dying again.
Yeah. You think Michelle Williams will ever want to talk to us after this? Because I kind of have a little bit of a crush on her too. So.
Yeah, exactly. She'll never know.
Yeah,
maybe.
All right. Here's a good one. Was I about to say? Oh yeah. Whose career suffered worse after Batman and Robin? Alicia Silverstone or Chris O'Donnell?
Okay. And what else was Chris O'Donnell even in?
Well, let's see. Well, even before Batman and Robin, he was in Mad Love with Drew Barrymore, and then he was and amazingly Drew Barrymore was with him in Batman Forever. Of course, she was not in the movie for even that long. She hardly even spoke, and then she did. Chris O'Donnell did one.
I thought I was up on that Drew Barrymore. Clearly
not. Chris O'Donnell, he did he did some movies that weren't really well box office like. He actually did one romantic movie with Renee Zellweger.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I forget the name of it though. I remember the trailer though. Okay. And of course now he's had a career resurgence with NCIS. NCIS Los Angeles. So
okay, yeah.
So it's like, and then Alicia Silverstone, after the '90s, it's kind of like she appeared in independent films, but didn't really star in anything big. I mean, she did like a Broadway version of what was it? Oh yeah, the Graduate, and her show on the Paramount Network that she did lasted like one season this year, and which is actually kind of shame because it looked pretty good. Yeah, but she also made appearances in movies like Scooby Doo, and she did some voice animated series and stuff like that.
Yes. Yeah, so that's interesting because Alicia Silverstone was definitely one that we, that I at least thought of as a one-hit wonder. I guess a two-hit wonder. Because
well, three if you count the Aerosmith videos.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, but yeah. So I mean, obviously the other thing that everyone knows her for is Clueless. But it's like
there's also The Crush.
The Crush.
Yeah, the one where she played like the crazy teenager who has a crush on like some famous some writer.
Hmm.
Also, the guy, the dad from that '70s show played her father.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, she was the one psychotic bitch.
Yeah, I can imagine. All right. So anyway, um, but yeah, I mean, I guess I always thought of her as that. But hey, maybe it was because her career suffered. But I don't think I mean I don't know. I think she kind of did. I think she kind of did willing. Or I always thought she did willingly fade into obscurity. So or like just wasn't offered as many roles, because there was a lot of musical one-hit wonders in the 90s, and there were kind of some one-hit wonders of actors in the 90s as well. So yeah, anyway, I don't really, I might be wrong, but I don't think that the Batman movie actually ended it for her, whereas Chris O'Donnell, maybe it did.
Yeah,
so I think his career would have suffered more.
Yeah, I gotta say so too, because well, also she'll always be Alicia Silverstone. It's like she'll always be an icon. It's like because of Clueless. There's also the Clueless. I think Clueless is gonna be on Broadway. I heard.
Oh yeah, I think I heard that too.
Yeah, and then there's also the Clueless TV
cult following, of course.
Yeah, the Clueless TV show, the series from back in the day, and then there's also. She's also famous for her vegan lifestyle and stuff like that.
Yeah, the parenting thing.
Yeah,
she's done quite a few interviews on that.
Yeah, she still looks pretty good. Still pretty good to whack off too. Yep. And time for another fuck, marry, kill. Katie Holmes, Amy Adams, and Uma Thurman.
No,
yeah, this is definitely another tough one here. Let's see. Fuck. To fuck, I would definitely go with Uma Thurman. Yeah,
I was thinking that too.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I think she's the type that's a whore in bed. Yeah, she's definitely. Plus, she also does a lot of.
I can't get the image of her in Kill Bill out of my mind though. So she might be a dominatrix too.
Yeah,
which you might like, but
oh yeah, be like, my name is Bud, and I came to fuck. Exactly. Let's see, marry. I would definitely marry Amy Adams. I mean, come on. I mean, who wouldn't want to marry this chick? Yeah, plus I never hear anything bad about her either. I never hear about her being a bitch or anything like that.
That's true. I was going to say, okay, well, it depends on what you mean bad about her, because one of my best friends actually cannot stand her. But yep, but I guess that's not the same thing as being a bitch, or as like treating people badly.
Well, I never hear about her being a diva or like treating people badly.
Right, so. Exactly. But I mean, there are definitely, there's actually two people I know. There are definitely some people that just that cannot stand her like persona or her acting style or whatever. So I think there is there is those people that would be like, ugh, so annoying or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway,
to kill.
So have to kill.
Sorry, Dawson Creek fans, but Katie Holmes has to die. I mean, she's beautiful too, and I actually watched Dawson's Creek. I saw like their last 3 seasons, middle school and up until like my beginning of high school. So yeah, but but Katie Holmes would have to die. Well, I'd probably like do the same thing as I would do to Abby Lee Miller. Fuck her, then kill her.
So let's see. So there's Uma Thurman,
Amy Adams, and
Katie Adams, yeah,
and Katie Holmes.
Yeah, I would also fuck Uma Thurman. We're on the same page on that one.
Yes.
Whoop, whoop. But no, I would I would not to follow in Tom Cruise's footsteps, but I would actually marry Katie Holmes, and yeah, she just seems really approachable, nice, and and is also, like you said, she is pretty.
Yeah, I never hear anything bad about Katie Holmes either.
Yeah,
I don't ever hear anything about her being a bitch or anything like that.
yeah, exactly, and I'm sure it's not. So yeah, anyway, so I would actually marry her, and then yeah, unfortunately, I would have to, to kill Amy Adams, and yeah, also sorry to her fans, sorry to everything she's done. But yeah, just if anything, I think it's our two friends that kind of swayed me on that one. I don't find her annoying, but
Yeah. Man, I'm gonna have to have a serious discussion with your friends about the whole like her being annoying and stuff. Because really, all right. Here's another good one. What would we have changed about Batman Returns? Because
and remind our viewers that was the
no. Well, Batman Returns was it's a the thing about it. The controversy around it is that people thought it was too dark. The whole like, Batman, falls in love with Catwoman and like the Penguin and the whole. They all thought it was too dark, and stuff like that. When the original Batman movie was dark, they just. But when Tim Burton wanted to make it more darker, then it's like, oh, this is too dark, and they're marketing it towards kids, and it's like, it's a little bit of for everyone. It's like PG-13.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but what would we have changed? Well, one, I would have kept Vicky Vale in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I would have kept Vicky Vale in the movie and have it
you're
be
obviously
like
a big fan of the Vicky Vale.
Well, yeah, I would make it like a love triangle. It's like Batman, Bruce Wayne / Batman has to choose between either Vicky Vale or Catwoman. It's like as Bruce Wayne, he's in love. I mean, he loves Vicky Vale, but as Batman, he also starts to fall in love with Catwoman, even though Catwoman is someone that he has to stop and all that. And also, I would make it a completely Catwoman story, because if you notice, Batman Returns, there was Penguin and Catwoman. Well, third if you count what's his face villain as Shrek.
Mm-hmm. You mean like the green face guy?
No. Oh, what's no, cowbell guy. Cowbell.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Yeah, that's his. Oh, Christopher Lloyd.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, because that's like three. That's technically that's three villains, and then of course you have, and then in Batman Forever there's Two-Face and the Riddler, and then in Batman and Robin it was Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy, and Bane. Of course, they made Bane look crappy, and it's like the whole like they try to do the whole like, well, 2 or 3 heads are better than one. It's like not to this point. No, it has to be it has to. I think there. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I think that for Batman Returns, it should have been completely. It should have completely been a Catwoman story.
Right. Yeah, I think the old one-on-one, does does actually usually do better. I mean, I think you are right. It kind of muddies the water sometimes with these multiple villains. Even though I'm sure there's the idea that it raises the profile of the hero having to get to vanquish multiple villains, but that's that's not always what things should be about. It shouldn't be every movie,
Yeah, and then also they said that in Batman Returns we would have seen Billy D. Williams because in Batman he played Harvey Dent, who eventually becomes Two-Face, and we would have seen like the scene where Catwoman puts the the taser in her mouth, and she goes under strike. She goes, "How about a nice kiss, Santa Claus?" And kisses, and he gets electrocuted, and you see him is burned to a crisp. That was actually supposed to be meant for Harvey Dent. Like one face of it is burnt, and the other is just like normal, and we would have seen him as Two-Face.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so definitely would have left it there, and also like the whole love triangle thing. It's like, well, of course, I think in the end, Batman chooses Vicky Vale, and I think he should have just stuck to one love interest because, like, in Batman it was Vicky Vale, then it was Catwoman / Selena Kyle, then there was Nicole Kidman's character. Actually, I heard that character was actually supposed to be in Batman Returns. Actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then they made a switch, and then in Batman and Robin, his love interest is.
You mean besides Robin?
Fuck you.
Sorry.
Fuck you.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Yeah. Elle Macpherson was in Batman and Robin. She played the love interest, but she wasn't in the movie for that long either. She was like in the movie for like 3 minutes. So it's like, and of course I think by that time it was like you can tell it's like getting a little too James Bondish. It's like in 007, like James Bond always has a new girlfriend, and I think in one of them he was married, but then she gets murdered.
Yeah, no, I mean, with a lot of these heroes, that is kind of the problem. Like the whole thing with any hero movie. I'm just gonna expand it out. The whole problem is that they usually, by the formula, it has to be something new, exciting, whatever. Like the whole by the formula, it almost is that they have to have a new love interest every time, and so that gets tedious, it's and I'm sure some people would say it's not, I kind of go back and forth on whether it's like the wrong message for people as well. It's not like I'm like gung ho monogamy in marriage, but there is something to be said for not having a new love interest every single story, every single movie, every single whatever, and that goes to all sorts of heroes, even Robert Langdon in the freaking Angels and Demons and the Da Vinci Code movies. It's actually the same thing, a different woman in both of them, and I don't know.
Oh yeah, yeah, because I think Batman should definitely have like one love interest and stuff, and plus it'd be nice to see if if Batman and Vicky Vale could really work out their relationship. We never. We kind of saw a little bit towards the end where, like, she gets in the car and Albert says, "Mr. Wayne has told you might be a little late," and she goes, "I'm not that big surprise." And then the second movie, he explains to Selena, goes, Vicky had one, didn't work out, and Selena, Vicky couldn't, accept part of what I did, and it's just like. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, exactly. And that, I think there does have to be there does have to be some doubt. Like if it is the same woman, there does have to be some a little bit of like falling out of favor. Like, oh, is she actually going to leave him? Like, I think there does have to be some of that in order to like mix it back up and keep it interesting, and like get them back together, by the end of the movie. I think there does have to be that, but it doesn't have to be, that you keep switching the love interest every time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And but that's what I would have changed about Batman Returns, and Batman Returns is still a good movie. It's still a good movie. I highly recommend you watch it.
All right.
All right, and our next question. Let's see. Oh, this is a good one. Would Robin Williams have made a better Joker than Jack Nicholson?
There we go. Yeah, we were talking about actors in the '90s replacing whatever. Yeah, yeah, it's funny. I actually have thought before that that Robin Williams would make a good Joker.
Well, yeah, because he wanted to play the Joker in the '89 Batman movie, and he wanted to also play the Joker in the Dark Knight. So,
oh, really?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that would have been very different because it's let's see, it's so much older by that point. But I mean, it could have been one of the great things to to get him back on the map, before the end. And who knows? It could have changed the course of things too.
Well, he was by that time he was still a legend. He was still like
Yeah.
performing, on stage and stuff, and
Right.
doing small films, but still
Right.
performing around the world, especially on army bases and stuff.
Mhm.
And Robin Williams, I mean, like he was just he's so animated, and you look at his comedy and stuff, and plus I think if had he done it in '89, it would have shown that he could do more. It would have shown then that he could do dramatic roles. I mean,
Yeah.
he would he would have, even when some dramatic roles he did, he would add some comedy to it. Whereas this one, like, he wouldn't be like haha funny, like Cesar Romero in the '66 Batman TV series. It'd be like he'd be more psychotic, like his like in that movie. What's that movie where he played where he was at with the pictures? He played a picture guy at a Walmart or something, and he turned out to be a serial killer or stalker, whatever.
Oh,
Yeah, I forget the name of it.
I was gonna say he definitely did some serious roles and stuff, but yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, because yeah, I feel like he really could have done the very dark psychotic thing and been very good at it. And yeah, who knows, if he had done it in '89, it could have really changed the course of things. He could have if he had done that well, then he would have definitely gotten offers to do that type of thing in other movies, and that could have changed the entire course of his career. I mean, I don't know. maybe it wouldn't be what it is, if he did do more dark dramatic roles, but at the same time, he probably would have stuck mainly to that, because I think you can only do the artfully psychotic thing so well a few times if you're a comedic actor at heart. So.
Yeah, also James Woods wanted to play the Joker too.
Oh yeah,
when they were doing the '89 Batman film too.
Mm-hmm.
And James Woods would have made a great Joker as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Be like, I can kind of imagine him like, he'd probably be like as angry like he was in that episode of The Simpsons with the microwave.
Yes, goddamn cheese.
Yeah, he was like, what? You're like, what? Talking to my oven.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was so funny. I still laugh at it, but he's like, what do you mean I have to give it to you? He's like, freaking no, go, mother, cheese. And you're like, you listen to it, and you're like, what is he saying?
Right.
Yeah, and it's even funnier when he was with Jimbo, and he goes like, hey, get over here. And he goes, okay, listen, I'm you, and you're, okay, I'm me, you're you, and I'm me. And he goes, I'm me? And he goes, hey, don't jerk me around here, buddy.
Right, exactly. Yeah, but I think Robin Williams would have actually done it better. But yeah, I think it would have been it would have been something. But I guess speaking of with the Tom Cruise and that whole thing, like I'm sure there would have been that the same type of like, oh, this is it's just a celebrity taking over. Oh, it's just Robin Williams again, that type of thing. But I think people have gotten over that if he had done a really stunning performance as someone so twistedly evil.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. But Jack Nicholson pulled it off great. I mean, Jack Nicholson's performance in that is just tremendous. He's dancing and laughing and stuff like that.
I mean, for someone who really is who really is a who really is a broad actor, and who really has played some of the best villains and stuff. Or twisted characters like in The Shining, he's that was definitely a good choice too.
Does this mean we have to end the show now, or
Yeah, we have to wrap it up.
all right? Look, let's get to our final one. Yep, this is the fuck, marry, kill.
No, we can't do a third one.
No, this is the last one. This is a good one. I promise.
No. Oh, sorry, you have to do something else.
No, this is a good one. I had it planned. Oh,
we already had 3.
Well, 2,
if you don't want to count mine. But
all right, tell you what. Why don't we do one more subject and one more fuck, marry, kill?
Can you do a subject quickly?
All right. Subject quickly. Yeah, my top 5 picks to play Catwoman. Yep. Yeah, because the new Batman's coming out. They're looking for a Catwoman.
Okay.
Here's who I would quickly pick. From the WWE, Selena Vega has some good acting chops. She was actually in My Fighting Family, a WWE film.
Okay.
Shailene Woodley.
Yes.
Definitely would go with that.
From Divergent and Big Little Lies.
Yeah. Vanessa Hudgens. I actually heard Vanessa Hudgens wants to play Catwoman. I could definitely see her as that. She's matured a bit. Number 2, another WWE superstar, Sasha Banks. Yep, Snoop Dogg's cousin. I don't think. Yeah, because also like Catwoman isn't about color.
Mm-hmm. Right. I mean,
yes.
Halle Berry, obviously. Yep.
Yeah. And finally, this is a good one. Lady Gaga.
Oh, yeah. She would bring some crazy flair. That'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That's just like Robin Williams, the Joker. I think she would definitely pull it off.
Plus, I would love to see her. Yeah. Plus, I'd love to see her ride Batman's dick. Yeah, we gotta see Lady Gaga fuck in a movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, and now one last fuck, marry, kill. This is a good one. Alicia Silverstone, just talked about her.
Mm-hmm.
Marina Bussey, I can never pronounce that name. We all know her from Deadpool, and Gotham, and Drew Barrymore. Let's see, Marina, I would definitely fuck, and actually, one time I would probably let her peg me. Yeah, with the strap.
Like in the movie.
Yeah, maybe one time.
One time. Okay.
Yeah. Marry. I would definitely want to marry Drew Barrymore. Absolutely. I actually had a crush on Drew Barrymore when I was in middle school.
Oh yeah.
Yes. And to kill, sorry, Aerosmith fans and fans of Clueless, but Alicia Silverstone has to die.
Okay. I would also fuck Marina Bassi is her name, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would also fuck her. And not just because she used the strap on, whatever. but joke. But then also but yeah, I would fuck her because she was with a queer guy. Let's keep it real. And then let's see, and Silverstone or damn it. Okay, no, I guess I gotta marry Drew Barrymore. I just got it. I have always loved her too. So
you don't mind her sucking your blood, do you?
Right, exactly. Santa Clarita Diet. I actually love that she did that. I think it was a brilliant idea. I wish it was coming back. But anyway. So yes, I would I would marry her. Yes, even if I have to be what's his name in the show, Brad, whatever her husband in the show Santa Clarita Diet, and deal with her being undead. Which means unfortunately Alicia Silverstone.
Yeah. A lot of Clueless fans and Aerosmith fans, they're really gonna hate us.
I know.
And plus the thing is, as Alicia Silverstone in Batman and Robin, she was Batgirl, and the only thing is that her suit, she looked great in that, but the only thing is she didn't get any bat nipples. It's like Chris O'Donnell and George Clooney get bat nipples, but she doesn't get any bat nipples. Fuck you, Joel Schumacher. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you in the ass.
All right, well, that sounds like a good place to end it.
Yep, we're gonna end it right there. Next week we're gonna be doing the final countdown for Errol Spence and Sean Porter. Also that same week, we're gonna be doing ringside with Matt and Gabe, Sugar Ray Leonard versus Wilfred Benitez. And as always, stay tuned for also another new episode of the Beer and Brawl Show this Friday.
All right.
So from Beantown to your town. This is the Beantown Beatdown. Matthew Burris.
Gabe Shamus.
No, Batman!